Welcome everyone. In today's session, we will see in and not in operators in string, then iterating string using for loop, and different string methods which are available in Python. So first we will see in and not in operators. So in and not in operators are used to check existence of string in another string. They are also known as membership operator. For example, let's say we have one string that is my string, that is hello world here, and if we use print hello in my string, so if this hello is present in my string, then it will return true. And if that specific string which we mentioned, for example here, if we see abcd in my string, so is abcd present in my string? No, that means it will return false. Similarly, not in is opposite of in operator. So for example, if we print hello not in my string, so is hello not in my string true? Not, right? So not in my string, so hello is not in my string, that means it will return false. Similarly, abcd not in my string, so this is true because abcd is not present in my string. So this is how the in and not in operator works. So we will see practically now. So let's go to PyCharm. I'm going to PyCharm. Let's create a new Python file. So I am creating a new Python file. Let's name it as string demo part 3. So we have created one Python file. Then let's paste that code. So let's say my string is hello world. We can use single quotes or double quotes. So first we will see right. So now let's see first statement, that is print hello in my string. For example, if you see here that hello is present in my string, so it will return true. If we see abcd, so abcd is not present in my string, so it should return false. Similarly, not in operator, so hello not in my string, so it is false because hello is present in our original my string, that means it will return false. ABCD not in my string, it will return true because ABCD is not present in my string. So this is how in and not in operator works. So let's run this program. So when we execute this file, it returns true, false, false and true as we have known, right? So for example, this is how in and not in operator works. Now let's move to the next topic, that is iterating string using for loop. So string is iterable using for loop. Now let's see how we can iterate each and every character of string we can print one by one by iterating it via for loop. So we can use for I in my string and then we can simply print I. So in the first iteration what will happen? It will fetch the first character, that is W. It will store it in I, and when we execute print I command in the first iteration, it will print value of W. And in the next iteration it will again check. So in the next iteration E will be stored into I, and then it will print E in next line, that is new line. By default it will print it in new line. In the next iteration it will again check, so L is present, so L will be stored in I and it will print I. Then again it will, next iteration it will store C into I, then it will print I. In the next iteration it will store O into I and it will print I. So one by one it will iterate and it will print all the characters present in that specific string. Now let's see practically. So I'm going to create, let's comment this code. I am simply commenting this code. Now we are going to see iterating string using for loop. So let's define one string. Now I'm going to define one string. Let's say my string equals to welcome. So we have defined one string, my string, that holds the value of welcome. Now let's say I want to iterate, so I will use for I in my string, then colon, print I. So when we use print I command, in the first iteration it will fetch W, in the next iteration it will fetch E, and it will print one by one every value. So let's execute this file and let's see the output. So when we execute this file, if you see the output, it prints all the characters of that specific string in new line, right? WELCOME. So it has printed welcome by fetching or by iterating every character one by one for that from that string. Now by default we have seen that it prints on end, new line, right? So it is nothing but end equals to, when we print or when we mention end equals to backslash and n, that means new line. So by default it is same as not. So if we don't put end equals to new line, then it is also by default consider this. So it will always print every character in new line. So if you see, every character is printed in new line. Now if we suppose don't want to print every character in new line and we want to just continue it after that first character, right? So how we can do that? So instead of new line, if we simply don't specify anything and let's run this file. So when we don't specify anything, it will simply print the character one after each other and not in new line, right? So it will print every character one after each other after every iteration. So it will print entire string with the characters one after each other. If we let's say, instead of nothing, if we mention, let's say, character ABC, right? So if we mention end equals to ABC, then it will put ABC after every character. So let's execute this file. So what it will do, it will print ABC after every first character. For example, my string has W is the first character, so it will print W, and then it will append ABC after that W. Then it will again print E in the next iteration, and it will append ABC after that E, right? So it will append ABC to E. In the next iteration, it will print L, and again it will append ABC to that L character, right? So it will append that specific string which we mention here after every iteration to that specific character from that string, right? So this is how we can iterate the string via for loop. I am just commenting this part of code, and let's move to next topic. That is, we will see some methods that are used to test different scenarios in string. For example, we have various methods like is all numeric, is all num, is alpha, is digit, is lower, is space, is title, is upper. So this will return values true or false depending on the condition. For example, is all numeric, right? So is all numeric, it will return true if all characters in the string are alphanumeric. So if all the characters in that specific string are alphanumeric, then it will return true, right? Is alpha, right? So this method will return true if all the characters in the string are alphabets. So if any string has characters like ABCD, right, A to Z, if it has any alphabet, then it will return true. So it has to be all the characters are alphabet, then it will return true. Is alphanumeric, it will return true if all the characters in the string are alphanumeric. So it can be a number as well as combination of number and strings. Is digit returns true if all the characters in the string are digits. Is lower returns true if all the characters in the string are lowercase. Is space, it will check whether all the characters in the string are white spaces. If all the characters are white space, then it will return true, otherwise false. Is title returns true if the string follows the rules of a title. Is upper, it will return true if all the characters in the string are uppercase. So we will see practically. So for example, first one is alphanumeric. So if you see, right, if you want to check whether that specific string contains alphanumeric, so if all the characters, right, so if you see here ABCD 1 2 3, so these are alphanumeric, all the characters in that specific string are alphanumeric, that's why it will return true. If there are special characters and if we use is alphanumeric, then it will return false because there are special characters. all characters are not alphanumeric, then it will return false. Similarly, is alphabet, so it will return true if all the characters are alphabets. Here ABCD, all of them are alphabets, so it will return true. If we put numbers here, for example ABCD 1 2 3, and if we use is alpha method, then it will return false because there are numbers. It will return true only if all the characters are alphabets. Next one is lower. So it will return true if all the characters are in lowercase. If you see A, B, C, D, E, these are all of them are in lowercase, so it will return true. If any one of them is uppercase, then it will return false. Next one is upper. So if all the characters in the string are uppercase, then it will return true. If any of the character is lowercase, then it will return false. If we use is upper method. Is digit. So is digit method will check all the characters are digits, so it will return true. It will return false if any of the character is not a digit. For example, ABCD 1 2. Here, it is digit method will return false because there are some alphabets also. Is space. So it will check whether that specific string has white space. If there is space, then it will return true. In this string, is space returns false because there is character, that is E, present in the string. So it will return false. Next one is title method. So it will check if all the words, so all the words in this string, all the words are having first letter as a capital letter, right? So if you see, it's in uppercase, so every letter or every word in this entire string, hello it's Python, if you see H is capital, I is capital, P is capital, so every starting of every word in the string is capital letter, so is title will return true. If any one of the, so if all the starting letters of that specific string are not in capital, then is title method will return false. So you can simply check practically as well. So I will just simply copy this code and let's paste it in our PyCharm. Let's print this. So we have already discussed, right? So is alphanumeric. So all this method we are printing now. So let's run this file. So when we run this file, you can see all the outputs here, right? So first one is all alphanumeric, right? So here it will return true because all the string contains all the alphanumeric characters ABCD 1 2 3. Is alphanumeric will return false if there are special symbols. Here there are some special symbols. That's why it is returning false. Similarly, is alphabet. So ABCD is all of them are alphabet. So it will return true, right? Similarly, we have also seen all the other methods, right? Now let's move to next topic. So I am commenting this part of code. Now next one is finding. There are some methods which can be used to find some specific occurrences of the specified value, right? For example, we have find method, rfind method, replace method, and count methods. So now let's see practically what this method do. So find method finds the first occurrence of the specified value. It returns -1 if that value is not found. For example, if you see, we have string my text, let's say my txt is my string, which is hello, welcome to my world, welcome to Python. If we use my text dot find, right? So if we use find method and we specify welcome here, so welcome is present at which position? We know that string index starts from 0, so h is at 0 position, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So welcome starts from the 6th position, so it will return the index of that specific string which we have mentioned to find, right? So if you mention welcome here, it will return the index position, that is 6, from which it starts. It returns the first occurrence of that specific string. Similarly, if you try to print or if you try to find the specify the string but it is not present in our string, so in that case it will return -1. Then rfind method. So what rfind method will do, it will simply find the last occurrence of the specified value. It returns -1 if the value is not found. It is opposite of find method. So find method finds the first occurrence, whereas rfind method check for the last occurrence and it will return that specific occurrence, right? Index value. So here if you see, if we mention welcome here, in rfind method we have specified the string as welcome. So welcome is present at the 6th position as well as 27th position. So here also the last occurrence of welcome. So it is present at 27th position. If you count this, it is at 27th index position. So it will return the value as 27. Similarly, if we mention the string in rfind method but that is not present in our original string, then it will return -1. So magic is nowhere present in my.txt. So it will return -1. And replace method. So if you want to replace that specific string, for example, if you want to replace welcome with banana, right? If you want to replace the welcome word wherever it is present in our my.txt with the word banana, so we can simply mention welcome should be replaced by banana here. So if you print this statement, it will print entire string where welcome is replaced by banana. We will see practically. Now print count method. So count method, what it will do, it will check how many times this welcome is repeated in our original string. So here if you see 1 and 2, so 2 times welcome is repeated, so it will return value as 2, right? So it will return value as 2 here, right? So it will return value as 2, right? So now let's see practically. So I'm just simply copying this code and let's go to PyCharm and let's see. So this is our my.txt. Now first method is my.txt.find welcome. So as we have seen, first execute this file. So when we run this file, we can see the output here. So we can see first one, that is my.txt.find welcome. So welcome, it will return the index of the first occurrence. So welcome occurred at 6th position. Index position is 6. First occurrence. So it will return 6 here. So it will return output as 6. My.txt.find magic. So magic is nowhere present in our my.txt. So it will return -1. It is returning -1. Then rfind method. Rfind method, what it will do, it will check for the last occurrence of that specific string. So welcome is repeated 2 times, whereas last time it is repeated is at 27th index position. So it will return the 27 index value. Then my.txt.rfind magic. Now magic is nowhere present in our my.txt, so it will return the value as -1. Next one is replace. So if you want to replace the specific string with another string, for example, if I want to replace welcome with banana, and if so I have to mention welcome here and banana here, so it will replace all the welcome from the original string to banana. So if you see, if you print here, so it will print hello banana to my word banana to Python, right? So welcome is replaced by word banana. Then count method. Count method will count how many times that specific string is repeated in our string. So welcome is repeated 2 times in our string, so it will return value as 2. So if you see the output, it is returning value as 2, right? So we have seen different methods in string. Now let's move and let's see some more methods which are present in the string. For example, starts with method. So start with return true if the string starts with the specified value, otherwise it will return false. Ends with method. So first we will see example of starts with. So for example, let's say we have my.txt, this is our string, and if we put my.txt dot starts with hello, so it will check whether that string, if it is starting with hello, then it will return true. So if you see this string is starting with hello, that's why it will return true. Otherwise, if you put, let's say, my.txt, it starts with welcome, so it is not starting with welcome, so it will return the value as false. Ends with, it will check whether our my.txt ends with Python. If you see it is ending with Python, so it will return true. Otherwise, if you put my.txt with some another word, then it will return false. For example, if you simply put let me correct this one. Yeah, so if you put my.txt dot ends with word, it is not ending with word, right? So it will return false. Now next one is lower method. It will convert all the string into a lowercase. So if you put my.txt dot lower method, it will convert every string or each and everything into a lowercase letter. So output will be like this. Opposite is upper, right? So my.txt dot upper will convert entire string into uppercase. My.txt dot capitalize method it will convert, basically capitalize, it will return a string where the first character is in uppercase and the rest are in lowercase. If you see the capitalize method, it will convert the first character into uppercase and rest of them are in lowercase. myTxt.title method, it will make, basically what it will do, title method will return a string where the first character in every word is uppercase, like a header or a title. And if the word contains a number or symbol, the first letter after that will be covered to uppercase. So it will convert first character of every word into uppercase letter by using myTxt.title method. So it will print output like this. Now let's see practically. So let's copy this code. Let's go to PyCharm. In PyCharm, let's comment this code which we have put earlier. So I'm just commenting this code. And now let's again paste this one. So we have string myTxt. First one is print. Let's execute this file. It will print all the output here. So starts with hello, it will return true because our string is starting with hello. Starts with welcome, it will return false because string is not starting with false. Ends with Python, it will return true because it is ending with Python. If you see here, it is case sensitive. That's why it is returning false, because here P is capital, whereas here P is in lower letters. So if you make it capital, now it should return true. Now again execute this file, it will return now true, right? So if you see this one, it is now returning true. It is case sensitive, that's why. Another is myTxt.ends with world, it will return false because it is not ending with world, right? myTxt.lower, so this method will convert, or this will print, or this will return the string in which all of them are in lowercase. So the output will be like this. So if you see the output, everything is converted into, or everything is written as lowercase letters. Entire string gets converted into lowercase. Next one is upper, right? So myTxt.upper, it will print or it will return the string in which everything is in uppercase. So if you see the output, everything is in uppercase. Next one is myTxt.capitalize method. So it will convert the first letter or first character into a uppercase. So if you see H, this is only uppercase of that specific string. So entire string will have the first character into uppercase and rest of them in lowercase. That is the capitalize method. Next one is title, that will convert first character of every word into a capital letter. So if you see H, if you see here, right, so it will make H, W, T, M, W. So every first character of the word of that specific string into a uppercase, right? So that's what title method does. And we have to note one thing, that all this method don't convert the original string. So they basically return a new string. They do not convert or they do not modify our original string. So if you simply print myTxt, it would be like the original string only. So all this method will returns. So we have to just remember at this point that all string method returns a new values. So they do not change the original string. So in this case, if you see, if you simply print myTxt again, it will return our original string as it is. If you see, this is as it is, which is present in original string. So this, all these string methods, they just return a new value. They do not convert or modify the original string, right? So these are all the different methods which are present in Python for string. There are many other methods as well, but these methods are mostly used. So just revise one more time. So we have seen in or not in operators, which are also known as membership operator. We can also iterate the string by using for loop. Then we have seen different methods for testing string, right? For finding various thing in the string. Similarly, we have seen starts with, ends with, lower, upper, capitalized, title method, right? So thank you for watching this video. In the coming session, we will see more interesting topic about Python. Thank you everyone.